We know that by the Rebbe, everything that he was Magia and everything that was sent out in his name was very, very meduyik. And this is what should be written and also what should not be written. So I want to give over certain ha'oras that the Rebbe wrote on an LNS that Rabbi Krinsky gave out once, B'negei Pesach. LNS is Lubavitch News Service that Rabbi Krinsky would write after the Fabrengens and after Rebbe would come out with certain Miftzoyim or certain Yisairis, and this would be written in English, and it would be like a newsletter to all the newspapers and etc., etc. And the Rebbe would be Magiya it. So one year, it was B'negei, the Rebbe's Yisairis that people should give out Shmura Matza. So after they explained there what the Matza is, it said like this. This is what was written originally. The Rebbe, as in past years, has called to all rabbis and spiritual leaders to supply members of their congregation and community with these hand-baked matzahs for at least the kazayis, the minimum amount of matzah required by Jewish law to be eaten on each of the first 2 nights of Passover. So here, the Rebbe underlined the word at least. When it says here, at least, kazayis, the Rebbe underlined to make sure that you underline, you stress that this is only at least, this is only the minimum. And the Rebbe wrote, when it said here that the Rebbe called upon rabbis and spiritual leaders, so the Rebbe added these words, Ubichlal l'chol mishe hayechelis biyodei lasezeh. And generally speaking, for anybody who is able to do this, the Rebbe wants him to do it. Then the Rebbe added the whole inyan. The Rebbe wrote like this, Kain Eirer, he also was Me'eirer. That means the Rebbe is saying that you should write, that the Rebbe also appealed to people, which is Me'eirer, al dvar ha'inyan de mechiras chometz, concerning the inyan of selling the chometz. Shekam zeh lefi erech bekal b'yeser lekayim. That this too is relatively easy to fulfill. And the Rebbe says, how is it easy to fulfill? And it's in parentheses, al yedei shiluach min power of attorney, by sending a kind of power of attorney, and the Rebbe wrote the words power of attorney in English, sheyesh la'asigei etzel rabbonim v'kayetze b'zeh, that you're able to obtain it from rabbis and the like. So the Rebbe wanted that this should also be written, that the Rebbe was made to see that people should work on getting other people to sell their chometz. Then in this LNS, it said something that the Rebbe crossed out. It said there, concerning Passover educational program for Jewish youth. And it said there that the Lubavitch Youth Organization in the Holy Land has arranged excursions for thousands of school children from all parts of the Holy Land to visit the Shmura Matzah Bakery in Kfar Chabad, the Lubavitcher village in Tel Aviv. The schools participating in this program are not only the Lubavitcher schools, but for the most part, the schools belonging to the public school system there. And this whole paragraph, the Rebbe put 3 lines across, not to print that. Now we have to think, why didn't the Rebbe want this to be printed? It's possible, I could just say a svara, because the Rebbe wanted that it should be focused on the things that you have to do. This is good news, and this is spreading the inyanim that taking place in Eretz Yisrael, but could be people will focus on this part and not focus on the iker, which is that you should give out matzah and you should be me'erer b'negei mechiras chometz. I don't know if this is the reason. Maybe there are other reasons. And I don't know, maybe the Rebbe wrote something in the next pages, which I didn't see. But the bottom line is that the Rebbe was medayik, that this should not be printed, this should not be written, because everything that the Rebbe was medayik, what should be written and what should not be written.